Hi guys, and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new, my name is Crystal. Welcome. I am going to be sharing 3 simple dinner ideas. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Of course, any videos or recipes that I do mention will be in the description. If you guys want to keep watching more of these What's for Dinners, I do have a playlist that will be in the description and also pinned in the comments. For more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button and also share this video with your friends and family. And let's get started with this week's What's for Dinner. So I am starting off by cleaning my beans. We're going to be using pinto beans in here. My daughter Estrella was just double checking them. I do clean them and then I do cook them. If you guys want a video, I have a quick 2-minute video or less than 2 minutes showing you guys how to cook these easy pinto beans, and you don't even have to soak them overnight. I'll link it down below. So while the beans are cooking, they do take a few hours to cook. I am going to be using a whole pack of bacon. I'm going to cook that, and then on a separate pan I'm going to be using a beef chorizo, and I'm going to also be cooking that. So what I'm going to be making is frijoles puercos. My in-laws make this every year during the holidays and especially for Christmas Eve. It's a really good side dish that we make with tamales, and since I am using the Costco tamales, I thought I would make the frijoles puercos, and I thought it would go really good on the side. So I start by adding some beans. So I'm gonna be refrying these beans, and when you refry beans you need some kind of fat, either lard or oil. In this case I'm gonna be using the bacon fat. I didn't drain it or anything. I'm gonna put it to work, and then I'm also gonna be using the chorizo, and both have tons of flavor and fat, so we're gonna be using that to refry them. So once I add the beans and the chorizo to the bacon, I'm going to start smashing them up and refrying them. And like I said, frijoles puercos, we make these during the holidays. They have so much flavor. Of course, there's many families that will make it different, but it is a very popular Mexican dish, especially here at our household during the holidays. It always runs out. Family really enjoy it. We're going to be adding some other toppings right now. You're going to see in a second. But this part is the time-consuming part. It does take like a good strong hand to smash them up. And of course, if this portion is too big for you, you can split that up. So after refrying my beans and getting them all smashed up, this is what they look like. This is the consistency of them. You can definitely stop here, but we're going to take it up to a little extra fancy step. We're going to add some cheese. Now normally my mother-in-law does use cheddar cheese, but this is what I have, so work with what you have. I'm going to be adding about a cup or a little extra, you know, for good luck, of this Kobe shredded cheese, and I just added that in there. But like I said, normally we do add cheddar cheese, but one time my mother-in-law didn't have it and she just added American cheese slices, and it was totally fine. Just, you know, work with what you have. So we added that, and that's going to give it tons of flavor. It's not going to make it like a super cheesy refried beans, but it does give it a lot of flavor. So a lot of mixing. Now here, definitely you can stop here and leave it at that, but we're going to add some jalapenos and also the juice of the jalapenos. This doesn't really make it spicy because some of the kids will even eat it. It just gives it that little extra flavor, you know, from the pickle juice of the jalapenos. But sometimes it just depends on the chile. It can make it spicy. So if you don't like spicy, it's okay. You don't have to add it and it'll totally be great. This is great on a side dish or also with chips. But like I said, we use this as a side dish every time we make tamales. So on the side, besides tamales, we make pasta. So I have a pot of boiling water. I added some salt off camera, and then I'm going to be using these mini bow ties, which are so cute and so festive. And just a fun little way for pasta. I put it to the side once it fully cooked. You know, I follow the directions of the cooking time. I let this cool down completely. I did not want to add, look at how cute they are. I did not want to add mayo to hot pasta. I don't know, that's just a big no-no. And then I just added the rest of this mayo that I had in there. Definitely you can make your pasta dish however you want. This is more of a Mexican pasta. Usually when you go to barbecues or carne asada, there's always someone who makes the pasta dishes. I'm not one of them. I'm normally not the one that makes it. But since we were having these tamales and the refried beans, I had to make the pasta salad, and so many people make it different. So I added the mayo, I added seasonings, the Lori seasoning, and also the garlic salt. I added some celery for some crunch, and then gave everything a good mix. And then I added some American cheese slices, and I just cut them up in little squares and little bite sizes. That's how my sister-in-law does it and her mom, and it tastes really, really good. And then I also added some honey ham. I just added about 3 slices, and again, just, chopped it up in little squares and added that in there. Now, definitely you can stop here, or you can add a hard-boiled egg, or you can add as many other toppings as you want. I ended up adding a little bit of olives. Now, my family, we're not huge on olives, but I feel like it needed some. And then this one is something that not everybody adds, but I wanted to add a little bit of corn. And it actually tasted really, really good. It's like a nice salad that went along with it, and tons of flavor. So really, really good. And really, you can use any pasta shell that you want. It's just I had the bow tie and I thought it was really cute and very festive, especially during the holidays. So there I am adding the corn and the ham, and then I taste it if it needs a little bit more seasoning, which it did off camera. I did add a little bit more. I put it in the fridge so it could get nice and cold, and this is what it looks like. Very simple and very flavorful. So then here I'm cooking the tamales. These are the tamales that are from Costco. They're pre-made ones. They're pretty good. Obviously, homemade ones are going to be 100% way better, but we're cheating. We're getting a little help from Costco. And these are pretty good. If I'm going to buy some, these are the brands that I'll go with. And I have the cheese and the chile. That was the first time that we tried that kind. And then we had pork and red sauce. They also sell chicken if you don't eat pork. And surprisingly, the cheese and the chile ones were really good. You can see all that cheese oozing out. They did not skimp out on the cheese. And thank you, Costco, for not doing that. It was really, really good. This is what it looks like all plated up. Now, I am going to say that the tamales must have got crushed in my deep freezer and destroyed, because normally when I have bought these before, they do not look like this. They always come out nice and pretty, but of course they didn't today. And that was dinner on that day. So on this day, I wanted to make some beef ribs. I did purchase these at Costco, and since my mother-in-law is doing much better, I decided to put them in the deep freezer, and decided when she feels better and she wants to finally eat like food, I can definitely make these beef ribs and make that up for her. So what I start by doing is I have a big pot of boiling water. I add a whole head of garlic. I add a piece of white onion, and then I'm going to be adding about 4 bay leaves in there, and then also I'm going to be adding good amount of salt just to flavor up the beef ribs. I know a lot of people don't boil them, but I do boil them. I feel like it gives it tons of flavor. I'm going to start by adding the ribs inside. I do cut them, and then I will pop a lid, and I cook them for about 2 hours on medium to high heat. They just come out so good every time. I've had people who thought that they didn't like ribs try the ribs that I make, and they ended up loving them. So if you've never tried making beef ribs this way, I definitely recommend you giving it a try. I know a lot of people don't like boiling them, but just give it a try. It's really, really good. So I let that cook, like I said, for 2 hours, and the whole house smells amazing while they're cooking. And then after 2 hours, I take them out and put them on a tray. And then I am going to be putting some barbecue sauce on them, just because we like things saucy in here. And my mother-in-law says a lot of barbecue. So we added a good amount of barbecue, and you'll see that right now. And then I'll place them back in the oven. And then I do have some baked potatoes. Usually when I make baked potatoes, I like to make 1 per person, and then I'll throw in an extra 2. So here I just put them in the oven at 400 degrees or 204 Celsius. And I just let them cook for about an hour, since these potatoes were a little bit bigger. And then here I am taking out the beef ribs, and then I'm going to be using this barbecue sauce, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm adding it on the top and to the bottom. And then I'm going to be placing them back in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have to do this, but I feel like it just tastes way better that way. And then I'm going to make a quick side salad, and I'm going to plate this up. You guys will see a clip of my mother-in-law right now. So this salad, I just had some romaine lettuce, some spring mix, some baby spinach that I got from Costco, also some leftover celery, some cucumbers, and also some carrots. Just made a super simple side salad. It's always a go-to with salads because it's something that everyone likes. We could add our different dressings and of course croutons. So just very, very simple. That's the spring mix that I get from Costco, as well as the rest of the grains. Girls, thumbs up?
¿Ah?
Yummy.
¿Por qué va a salir ya de comida?
Salud. Pura comida. Puro. Yeah, the girls are already done, so.
How do you eat
They
it?
moved on
Do you
to
eat the whole thing or what?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Like that? You leave it?
Yeah.
Both?
That's how you know it's good. Okay. ¿Usted quiere saludar?
Hola, ¿cómo están? Dios les bendiga.
She's feeling much, much better. Se siente mejor, ¿verdad? She even put makeup on today, so you know she's good.
Día por día.
Gloria a Dios. Thank you guys for those prayers. My suegro sitting with her. Rico?
Rico, rico, rico. La costillita. Miren nomás el puro huesito de gente.
Ah, mira, Jorge. Your dad left it to the bone. And she had some ribs too.
Mira, aquí está.
Gracias a Dios.
No, está muy bueno toda la comida.
Gracias a Dios. She said it's really, really good. So this is what my plate looks like. I have the salad. I have the baked potato with cheese and bacon, butter, and a little bit of salt and pepper. And also that beef rib, which were so good. Everyone always enjoys them, and they're always a big hit. During the summer, we get a couple of racks, and we invite a lot of family over. And they're always like the first thing to finish is the beef ribs. They're so good and so flavorful. I really recommend you guys giving this one a try. Like I said, my mother-in-law was so happy to eat them, and you know, she really enjoyed it, and she was saying thank you guys so much for those prayers. She's doing so much better. And then for dessert, we are making some hot chocolate. We're making some chocolate abuelita. So I have about a gallon of milk in the pot, and then I just added some evaporated milk. If I have more, I'll add more, but I just added 1 can. And then I'm going to be using these chocolate abuelitas that I get from Costco. And this is what they look like. And they're very flavorful if you haven't tried them. They have some spices in them like cinnamon. And they smell really, really good and taste amazing. This is the only kind of hot chocolate that my girls like and that we really enjoyed. And then I'm going to add 3 of those chocolate discs in there, and then pretty much just keep mixing it until it melts. It does take a while to melt, but it is totally worth it. And then on the side, my mother-in-law asked me if I can make her these cinnamon rolls. They're not from scratch, but hey, it does the trick. She had one of those. And then on the side, we also made chocolate chip cookies. We've been taking care of my mother-in-law. All of our family has been pitching in, and we're just going over there every day, and we're just, you know, spending time with her. We watch Christmas movies. We don't make dessert every single day. It's more like every other day, and it's mainly for the girls because the girls really enjoy right now that it's getting cold. We've been watching Home Alone 2, and we've just been having a good time. This is what the cinnamon rolls look like. Last week when I made them, she didn't get to enjoy them, so this time she was really happy to get one. Then I put the icing on.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed, deep and abiding. Liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
Hi. Me, my kids. We're all just eating together.
Yeah.
That's Tata.
And that's
¿Son romanos o qué?
And Nana's walking
Son
the
romanos, sí.
Yeah. Son los jitomates.
No sirven esos.
She feels better now.
She does.
What's that?
Carnitas for some taquitos.
She can walk slow.
Yeah. We'll just warm it up. It's
She
already
can
made.
walk slow.
Yeah, she can walk slow. That was my youngest Estrella. My mother-in-law was not washing dishes. She was washing the tomatoes. She felt like making her famous Mexican rice. If you guys want that recipe, I'll link down the video of last week's What's for Dinner sharing how to make it. And then she also was helping to make the salsa molcajete. My husband finished making it, and if you guys want a recipe for that, I'll link it down below as well. I just warmed up, followed the directions how to warm up these carnitas. This is the first time that we tried them, and pretty much what I think is that they're delicious. They're actually really good. It's a lot of meat for what comes in this package, so I think you can definitely freeze one. There's so many recipes that you can try and make. You can make pulled pork sandwiches, you can make tortas, which we did, and you guys will see that in the next What's for Dinner. You can make just burritos like I am. You can make taquitos, pretty much anything that you can think of. It's very seasoned, flavorful, and also tender. Shreds up really easy. It mainly comes already shredded. It's just I did have to shred a little bit more, and it's not dry at all, so I really recommend it. I had it in a burrito with the salsita, and then my kiddos had some with rice, and it was really, really good, and that is what we had for dinner on this day. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. For more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.